Welcome to Sunday Morning with Enlightenism. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we are here today to share some great information with you about Enlightenism, a new way to think and live. It's a new philosophy for changing how you think and live and focus on the inner mind power within you. Sister Carolyn is going to get us started. She's an Enlightenism practitioner, teacher, and workshop facilitator, all on the focus of Enlightenism, the greater power within you. Search within you for the direct knowledge for you to know that you are greater than the person that you believe you are today. Sister Carol.
Thank you. Thank you, Brother Malcolm. As Brother Malcolm introduces me so wonderfully, I am Sister Carolyn. I am an Enlightenist teacher and a consciousness practitioner. And that is what I do in my life. I am that all the time. One of the things I'd like to share with you today, and everything is about Enlightenism. Enlightenism is a new way to think and live. Enlightenism is about using the consciousness that we were born with. We were born whole, perfect, and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and have everything that we will ever need for the journey. And when we understand that, we can stay in the point of living. And one of the things I like about this time of year, I look forward to the French Open because I am an avid tennis fan. I know a lot about the players on all sides of the country, whether they're American, French, Italian, Russian, whatever. I know a bit about the players and I really enjoy seeing them play. But one of the things that keeps me grounded is tennis is about staying in the point. That's the point. And when you are staying in the point, it doesn't matter how well or how bad you're playing. What you understand is that you don't allow those thoughts to take you out of the point, out of the rally in what you're doing. You're going back and forth, rallying with the other player. No matter how much the audience claps for the shots that they make, no matter how strategic the shots are made against you, or how strategic the shots that you make are just applaudable, you stay in the point of winning the point. And the point is to win the point. And the idea that always keeps me grounded in Enlightenism is to stay in the point of living. And what I know is that before Enlightenism, I was all over the place in terms of living, thinking, being, and doing. The only points that I had were the points from society. Those points that I had been taught by family, friends, religion, school, all of the things that bring you to living your life. And what I've found with Enlightenism is that it keeps you in the point of living. And the point of living is to live unencumbered by lack, limitation, and struggle. And all too often, when something occurs, we forget the point of living, the point of wholeness. The idea of living is not to be fragmented by what someone else does or what you didn't do. The idea is to remember the point so that you stay in the point no matter what is happening in your life. You stay in the point. The point of living is wholeness. The point of living is to display this wholeness in everything that you do, be, and say. Do you forget? Do you lose the point somewhere along the way? Just like in tennis, you may lose that point, but you don't forget who you are, because you really don't lose. You're greater than the point. And the point of living is to remember that you are greater than the I that you created up until Enlightenism. And now you're working in everything that you do, in everything that you say, in every event that you're in, to be greater than the I that you created from the toxic notion of living. All of the ideas that you brought into your life to live. You no longer live from those points of toxicity, of what others say that you have to do to be who you are. You're no longer represented by your ethnicity. You are no longer represented by your education. You are represented from your wholeness. And your wholeness is to understand who you are in every area that you're living in. It simply means not accepting the invitation to arguments. We can be invited to an argument, but we know that we don't have to attend. Up until Enlightenism, I attended those arguments and left feeling fragmented, stressed out, and angry from the process. It doesn't matter who invites you to the argument. Just know that you don't have to attend. Your wholeness is accepting and understanding who you are. And when we're fragmented by what others have brought, how we've allowed others to bring things into our lives, then we think that we have to save face by telling someone who we are. We don't have to do that. We just have to know who we are in all of our experiences, in everything that we be, do, and say. Enlightenism is about staying in the point. Enlightenism is about understanding that you are responsible for the current conditions in your life. Enlightenism says that you are already whole. You are already whole, perfect and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. And when you know this, you know that you have the power within you to change the way you think, to change the way you do what you do. When you're out of Enlightenism, you understand in that moment that you can change how you think and live. With this book, Enlightenism, it has provided for me a guide for living, a guide for staying in the point of my life. Staying in the point of Enlightenism is what this message is always about. Staying in the point. Remembering who you are. Remembering that when you're fragmented from anger, from lack, from struggle, from any limitation that you have placed on yourself, you are not feeling whole in your life. And anyone who speaks to you in that moment does not get the whole person that you are. You are always whole, perfect, and complete. Knowing this means that you are self-reliant. That's the point of living. The point is to stay in the point of enlightenism, to stay in the point of knowing that you are whole, perfect and complete, faceless, formless, and colorless, and have everything that you will ever need for the journey. It is about knowing when you're in the point that the greater I is showing up, and the greater I will never desert you as long as you understand that your power of being is from enlightenism, that power to stay in the point of living. I ask that you purchase our book Enlightenism through Amazon, and I guarantee you that when you read and stay with the points of changing your life, you will understand about staying in the point. In this book, Enlightenism, are the 10 principles. The one that I quote all the time is you being responsible. It says, I am responsible for the current conditions in my life. It also goes on to say that you have the power, this power that you were born with, to know that you can heal your life. And when we understand the healing of life, we understand that we're living from the point of enlightenism. Now it's time for me to introduce Brother Malcolm. Brother Malcolm is a speaker, an author, and the creator of Enlightenism. Brother Malcolm.
Thank you, Sister Carolyn, for those wonderful words of encouragement. I call them encouragement because whenever someone says something nice to me, about me, it's encouragement.
Absolutely.
And I thank you for those wonderful words
You are
of
so
encouragement.
welcome.
To keep me going on the road,
Absolutely.
folks. To keep me energized, focusing on myself and understanding that I am greater than the I that I created. I am greater than the I that I created with my beliefs from my toxic beliefs from others. Going beyond the illusions about who I am, who you are. Focus on yourself. Who are you aware of being? And who's asking the question? You are. In a real sense, who are you? Who are you today, and what type of power do you possess? When you have great moments in your life, or I should say intense moments of doubt in your life, about solving problems, who do you turn to? Who do you turn to for power when you believe that you are stuck and you don't have the power? Well, typically people turn to God for power. The God that we have heard about and the way that God has been defined to us by other people. There's someone else's interpretation about God. What is your interpretation? And why is it so important for God to solve problems that we create with our own minds and our beliefs? See, we create problems based upon our actions. When we enter into a relationship and the relationship goes toxic, who created the relationship? Well, we did. You did. You created a relationship. What you think about yourself today is based upon what you believe about yourself and the beliefs that you're using. Many people dedicate their entire lives working in some institution to bring about a change in the world. Not a change in themselves, but a change in the world. So we began to focus on all types of things that are happening in the government, for example, about budgets, Medicare, racism, all of the things that are happening. But what about you, the individual, just walking down the street every day? How do you feel about your power to solve your problems? Or do you believe that you need external sources, say someone in a government or something, to give you something to solve your problems? What is the problem? Is it lack? Is it lack of something? Lack of money, lack of wealth, lack of a job? What is the lack that you need power for? And when you think about it, you find out very clearly that you've never really thought about what it is that you want in life. You thought about what was available to you. And what is available to you is based upon your mindset. But there is something else available to you, and that's the consciousness in you, the inner power, the inner mind power in you that's greater than the lack in you. The focus is always on you. How are you going to change? People running for office every day, dedicating their lives to something that is creating nothing but pain in their lives and millions of other people's lives. And then to absolve themselves of all of the problems. See, we're left holding the bag. We're in the pain. The individuals are in the pain. You're feeling the pain. You're trying to work in order to pay your bills, to live from paycheck to paycheck. Is that what you created in life? There can never be a system where some people are treated unfairly and other people are not. Because when you have any type of system, and I'm not judging the system that we're in, I'm simply saying any system must address the individual needs of the people. And the individual needs of the people who have learned to depend on things outside of them must come from the institutions that are outside. But I am talking about depending on something inside of you where that you can solve your own problems. And how do you solve your own problems? With your mind, understanding that you are the cause and the effect of everything that's happening in your life, whether you're aware of it or not. If you have chosen to work and dedicate your life to to a specific career, this is your problem. If you're unhappy today in the work environment that you're in, it's your problem. If you're unhappy about the way you believe people are being treated in the United States, including you, it's your problem. How do you solve it? See, how do you solve it? You go within yourself to find the solution, and you will know that the solution is not changing the people outside. It's not changing the institutions. Because then you believe the institutions are just and fair. So you get in a circle, and the pain just keeps magnifying in your life from one generation to the next. But when you take the time to ask yourself, what kind of power do you have? What power do you have to change how you think and live? And the answer is always look within for the power to change how you think and live. See, this is what Enlightenism is about. Enlightenism is about the individual power. The individual having the power to change how they think and live. That's what we're talking about. Not changing institutions. It's not worrying about what's happening outside of you, because you'll be in turmoil for the rest of your life. You'll be born into the situation, the toxic situation, and you live outside, you're going to be in pain all of your life. And no matter how many people you read about and you heard about in the past, you will still be in pain, because you are the one that's creating the problems in your life based upon the beliefs that are in your mind. And these beliefs came from all of these institutions out here that you believe are treating you unfairly. The solution to power is within you. It's not in some other place. This book, Enlightenism, talks about this breakthrough in consciousness. See, we have a breakthrough in consciousness where all of the work is focused on you. So then you can understand what the Buddha was saying. You can understand what Christ has said. You can understand what it means to be born again. You can understand about the consciousness in you and how to use this power. You can know it for yourself. Why? It's called direct knowledge of the self. Trust yourself to solve the problem that you have created in your life by depending and using someone else's beliefs to determine how you think and live. I'm Brother Malcolm.
And I'm Sister Carolyn.
And we work with Enlightenism. This is the book Enlightenism. It's available today. It will change your life by leading you to your life.
Absolutely.
Leading you into the mind where you will discover that you are greater than the person that you believe that you are today. Have a great day. I'm Brother Malcolm.
I'm Sister Carolyn. Thanks for listening. Enlightenism.